Hey, very good morning to all of you. Welcome to Hot Stocks right here on ET9 and the Mumbai News Center. I'm Tanveer Gill.
I'm Ajay Sharma. Let's take a look at the markets. Well, not a whole lot. They seem to be in Friday mood. Almost lackluster. 13 point down on the Nifty. Sensex too not doing a whole lot. 40-point weakness coming in over there. Some stocks are definitely on the movement side. Mainly got to do with the numbers which are pouring in. Small cap index. There is a lot of action happening, about 1/3% gains coming in over there. But take a look at advanced decline ratio. Almost 1:1 is the advanced decline ratio, telling you exactly how the mood of the market is today, being Friday. Most of the Fridays we've seen that the traders don't really want to take positions overnight, over the weekend. IGL for one, a good 5.5% move coming in over there. This has got to do with the news report which has actually come in, where Supreme Court has actually said that there is no case of probing IGL by PNGRB regarding the transmission tariff case. There has been a big overhang on the stock, so some relief coming in over there. Apart from that, let's take a look at some of the other stocks. SBI is slated for numbers today after a 5% cut yesterday. Let's take a look at how it is trading today. SBI, some short covering over there. There's a big, belief in the market after looking at PSU stocks that slippages remain a big issue and IMs are under pressure. So SBI is no different. So yesterday we saw a big cut coming in. Some those short positions are getting covered. BPCL again, after looking at how IOC and HPCL have posted the results, is expected to post weak results. Probably that is already factored in after yesterday's sharp cut on HPEP and IOC. Stock up 1%. Take a look at Sun Pharma. Large cap pharma stocks have posted good numbers for the first quarter. Sun Pharma too is near its 52-week high, factoring in healthy results. So up about 40 pies, almost flat today, but a green tick coming in over there. Look at some of the other stocks which are in news today. ONGC has been in news, results on Saturday, but the stock has been witnessing a lot of buying lately, and today also they have declared to the Director General of Hydrocarbons that a big discovery has been found. It is trading a bit weak today, so very lackluster day. Maybe mid caps some action is happening, but otherwise not a great deal of movement there. Can we?
Yeah, stock specific, that's largely been the tone for the market. Very quickly, some brokerage calls then this morning. UBS has downgraded State Bank of India from a buy to a sell on the day the bank will announce its Q1 results. Brokerage has cut price target from 2,600 to 1,800 rupees per share. That is, UBS has cut about FY13 and FY14 earnings forecast about 13% on lower margins and higher credit cost estimates. Brokerage says deterioration in asset quality and margin pressures would be key catalysts for the stock. UBS also says that valuations adjusted for stress are not cheap. Credit Suisse, on the other hand, maintains outperformer rating on J&K Bank. Brokerage has increased earnings estimates by 2 to 5% on lower provisions and better net interest margins. CS says that they are comfortable with bank's asset quality, and most inexpensive valuations in the banking sector should help the stock outperform. Brokerage has increased target price to about almost 1,250 from an earlier 1,093.
Let's go to Darshan and Yatin to get a handle of what exactly is happening in the dealing rooms. Darshan, come to you first. Bharti, for one, tell us what is the feeling among dealers, especially after the sharp 2-day cut we've already seen. 25% of the shareholding is held by from the fund fraternity. What are you hearing about that? And also some results slated today. What are the expectations which the dealing community is factoring in?
See, Ajay, Bharti Airtel, almost 14-15% gone in 2 days. Speaking to a lot of these fund people, and what they've said is the deal is that there's this big US hedge fund which holds substantially in Bharti, and they have been selling continuously. Selling likely to be over today, and or almost has gotten over for the counter. And a lot of these foreign funds, mutual funds, big enough, and they are actually accumulating significantly in Bharti. They did it yesterday also, they are doing it today, and they said that if it goes down even further, we will still accumulate Bharti Airtel, because they expect a big bounce back to come into Bharti Airtel. The next one is Siemens, and counter falling in trade yesterday, falling in trade today also, because numbers coming out today. The buzz in the street is that the company will disappoint severely with its numbers. We're not sure whether there will be some impairment cost or something, but everyone is saying that numbers will be very, very bad. We at ET now are anticipating profits to come in at almost 183 crores, but the street does not seem to believe that there could be very good results for Siemens. And the last one is Sterlite Industries, in which the institutional desks have indicated but some of these domestic funds are actively accumulating sterlite at every level.
Yatin, come to you. What is it that you are picking up from your sources?
Well, Tanveer, State Bank of India has been one stock which has been quite active in the cash and the F&O market, and why not? The results are slated to come in today afternoon. There is a press conference at 2:30 p.m. But if you talk about the dealers and the analysts which are on the street, they believe that SBI could negatively surprise on the asset quality front and the slippages front. The management had guided in some roadshow that the slippages could be around 5,000 crores, but dealers anticipate that today in the results, possibly SBI could announce a slippage figure over 7,500 crores, which could mean some bit of negative sentiment in terms of stock price for State Bank of India. So dealers have been quite bearish as far as State Bank of India is concerned ahead of the results. We also have Jain Irrigation, which is the top future and option gainer in today's trading session. There has been a buzz in the market that there could be some private placement that could be done in Jain Irrigation by a leading investor at a substantial premium to the current market price, and that is why the stock is holding high in today's trading session, almost 7% higher for Jain Irrigation. And finally, we have HDFC, which is struggling in trade. Yesterday also the stock cracked nearly 3%. Today also almost a percentage lower for HDFC. The buzz on the street is that next week there could be a large block deal that could happen, and the seller in the block deal is said to be a leading private equity player which wants to completely exit the HDFC investment. So you could see some bit of action happening in HDFC next week as well.
Thanks for that, Yatin and Darshan. Let's do some chart checks. Prakash Kaba is here on the show. Prakash, thanks for joining us. You must have looked at some of the mid-cap stocks which are moving or high, quite high today, 7% on Jain Irrigation, even IGL shot up sharply. Talk about Jain Irrigation first. The fundraising buzz is revisiting the market, and last time round when this buzz was there in the market, the stock was pretty active.
Yeah, I like Jain Irrigation structurally. I think 80 seems to be a very strong support zone. The way it's come down from 90 to 80 is more of a reactive downward. Basically means it has come down to go up. I think it can go back to around 90 zones and even 100 because a fresh buy signal has emerged in Jain Irrigation just now. So I would say that it would bite. Next talk was Indira Gas, is it?
Yeah, IGL, Indraprastha Gas.
Indira Gas is somewhere around this 240 zone, seen a good up move today, 5.5% structurally positive, fresh buy signal being initiated here. I think it can go up to levels closer to around 275, 280 zones, but it will take its own sweet time. So if I have a choice between Indira Gas and Jain Irrigation, I'll pick Jain Irrigation, but both seems okay.
Prakash, stay on with us. So let's get in Mr. L. Mansingh. He was the chairman of PNGRB earlier, and he'll help us understand what exactly is the meaning of the Supreme Court order which has actually come. Mr. Mansingh, thanks for joining us. Sir, Supreme Court has also on Thursday declined to permit PNGRB to probe IGL's transmission tariffs. This is pretty much in line with what the Delhi High Court also ruled. Can we draw an inference now that this issue is more or less over now?
No. I have only sketchy details of the order of the Supreme Court. Right now, the matter is sub judice, but this is this is at the interim stage. As far as I know, the Supreme Court is yet to go into the merits of the case and adjudicate on the issue. So I don't give. You should not jump to conclusion at this stage on. Because the matter is yet to be adjudicated.
All right, just to understand it, Supreme Court's, this is the interim order which the Supreme Court has said, in which prima facie they have declined to permit PNGRB, but the window is still open, and once they look at the details and merits of the case, the actual pronouncement could be different from what has come out. This is what you are saying, right?
Yeah. They are yet to go into the merits of the case because of as I understand that. Notice has to be issued to the respondents, and then the matter has to be argued out. So it is yet to be adjudicated.
All right, sir. Just one question. Just drawing inference from this case, but generally you have been at the helm of affairs at PNGRB. There is an opinion in the market and in the sector that PNGRB is actually wanting to regulate the CGD sector because it has not really grown too large right now, but it wants to, at the start only, wants to regulate it so that the growth is in a gradual and a calibrated manner. Is that the objective?
No. You see, the regulator is a statutory body created under an Act of Parliament, that is the PNGRB Act. So whatever role and responsibilities has been entrusted under the Act to the regulator, they have to carry out. So the regulation of city gas distribution is one of the important functions of the PNGRB under the Act. So it is not a question of opinion, etc., but in the overall structure of regulation of this market, an independent statutory regulation is accepted universally to be the best thing for both consumers as well as the industry or the sector concerned. So from that point of view, in this case, we are just beginning to see the growth of the sector in India.
Right.
So it is at the right time that the regulation must come in, and it must be effective for non-discriminatory world-class regulation.
Right, Mr. Mansingh. Thanks a lot for joining us for that. And we'll definitely be coming back to you as the court case actually progresses. But important clarification coming in, and that's why probably IGL is off its peak right now, from 8% odd, now only 5% gains. That this is just an interim order, and there is still a window opening, in the order that once they go into the details of the case, the merit of PNGRB and IGL both presented, the final order could be different from the interim one right now. So that is IGL, the entire sector, and a lot of other prospective participants in the CGD sector are also looking forward. What is the outcome of this particular sector?
Yeah, but the stock, of course, in the session is up about 5%. We'll take a short break on that now. When we come back, we'll discuss more stocks.